Hi, I'm Martin Cody, president of Cellar Angels, and today we are out in the Sonoma Coast and we're going to interview Brent and Evan of Fogline Vineyards. I think you're in for a real special treat. Well, I wanted to talk, because you were talking about the Pixar and the animation and stuff. At some point in time, did you get bit by a wine bug?
When I was working on Episode 1, Star Wars, up at Skywalker Ranch, one of my coworkers was making wine up in Geyserville, and that's when I got the bug. I helped him do one vintage, and then I haven't stopped since.
So that was in
1999.
So then you got bit. How about yourself?
I actually started getting interested in wine back when I was in college. I was going to school in New York, and fortunately had met my wife back there, and her dad basically took us to some of the finest restaurants in New York that I couldn't afford at the time. And
so, grew up in New York?
No, actually, I grew up in Washington State.
Okay, so all over. So then you decided to take the degree you earned and chuck it and come into the wine business?
Well, that took a while. I was actually working in financial services and technology for about 13 years.
So how did you decide this area of wine country? And where are we?
Well, we're actually up on Sonoma Mountain. We're on the ridge of Sonoma Mountain, about 850 feet in elevation. And we're on the very edge of the Sonoma Coast appellation in the Petaluma Gap region. We just kind of lucked into this spot, really.
And how did you two hook up?
Brent and I met through a common friend who lives over in Bennett Valley, who has a vineyard over there. And we met at one of their parties, and we were trying to decide how we could work together. And we took an entrepreneurial class together, a wine entrepreneurial class, and I found out that he had some land up here. And I knew about Gap's Crown down below, and I said, well, this is going to be a pretty special location, so we need to plant this out. And that's where we started. And we thought that we were going to wait for a while, wait for our crop to come in, and it's being up on the mountain, it takes a long time for the vines to grow on the top of the mountain, and like I said, in particular, the clones that we selected take a long time to grow.
Yeah, basically I got impatient.
Yeah.
I said, let's make some wine.
And
So in 2009, we actually kind of got together, and in 2008 we made a little wine together to make sure, even though we were already doing the vineyard thing at that point in time, we needed to make sure we could actually work together on the wine side. And what we found, I think, is that we have very complementary personalities and skills that kind of make it work, which has really been great.
But tell me, you've got some big differences in grapes there with Pinot Noir, and we're also featuring the Zinfandel. So is there a fondness for one or the other, or?
Well, I'm the Zin, and he's the Pinot guy, I guess.
Right.
This one, as you said, is really just very food friendly, has nice acidity still, but still you're getting those, blackberry notes to a degree, but then also kind of some strawberry notes, I think. And just a little bit of spice. We made this with a combination of French and American oak, which also helps smooth it out a little bit, makes it a little less, maybe aggressive on the front of the palate.
Well, it does. You're right. It's not jammy at all. It does have 14.5% alcohol, which is tend to be on the high side, but you don't feel it.
Right.
It's so well balanced.
Well, and for Zinfandel, actually, that's, there are a lot
Medium.
of Zins.
Yeah. It's on the low end at 14.5.
It's a low end at 14.5 for Zin in Dry Creek to some degree. And we're trying for that, I think, with all of our wines. I mean, one of the things that we're really, shooting for is this balance that you get when you make a wine in the style that we make, which is, really shooting for the food-friendly, balanced.
Well, I think both your careers are amazing with Pixar and what you've done in the financial services industry and startups and selling those. How did you transition from that to wine to now philanthropic causes?
Well, I think that we're always looking for ways that we can balance out what we're trying to do and our success in doing what we're doing. But we saw some of the causes that you're supporting and said, well, this could be a good fit for us. We're relatively new, obviously.
Likewise.
Yeah.
We turned one today.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
So we actually felt that it would be a good fit, an opportunity to get our brand out there as well, and while supporting some good causes.
Great. Well, love it. And same thing, similar, just
Same thing.
driven by the passion?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're happy to have found you because we need to get more involved with philanthropic causes, and this is a good start for us.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I hope that gives you a little look into Fogline Vineyards. We'd love you to have a little taste of Fogline Vineyards because your support really helps what these charities are doing.